Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you very much for joining in for our Krishna book study in the most auspicious month of Kartik. So thank you very much for joining. Let us start with the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Jnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradushe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं अंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम् हरि ओम तत्सत् गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तरालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् आराध्य भगवान् व्रजेशतनया तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेम पुमर्तो महान् श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्र धरनापरा. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranams to all of you. Thank you very much for joining in for our Krishna book study. We are on a very wonderful section of the Krishna book, wherein we already saw in the last 2-3 chapters only. Prabhupada has already given us this intimation what is going to happen next, right? Kamsa is sending Akrura to go to Vrindavan to get Krishna to Mathura, wherein in Mathura Kamsa has already made arrangements. There is a Kuvalaya Pida elephant that's standing at the gates of Mathura to kill Krishna. And also there are wrestlers, Chanura and Mushtika. They're also ready. In case Krishna escapes this elephant, then, the next in line are the are the wrestlers who are there, right? So in this way, Akrura knows that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet, Akrura, why does he do this? Because he derives a pleasure that he is able to go and have darshan of Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Nobody can cause any damage, by their planning to Lord Sri Krishna, because he is a Supreme Lord. But I am getting an opportunity to go and have darshan of Krishna. I am getting an opportunity to step my foot in the most auspicious Vrindavan Dham. So in this way, Akrura, who's known for who's perfected his life by Vandanam, right? Each of our acharyas are actually shining examples of one anga of bhakti, right? Like Parikshit Maharaj perfected his life by Shravanam, Shukadev Goswami by Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam is Prahlad Maharaj. Like that, Akrura perfected his life by Vandanam, offering wonderful prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So today we're going to see in chapter number 38 of Krishna book, Akrura's arrival in Vrindavan Dham. How does he arrive at the Dham? What does he do? This is our subject matter of study for today. Devotees can raise your hands, and then we quickly start our reading of chapter number 38 of the Krishna book, entitled Akrura's arrival in Vrindavan. Okay, let me start. Okay, I already see some hands up now. Sarvagopi Shri Mataji, go ahead. Hare Krishna. Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Chapter 38, Akrura's arrival in Vrindavana. Narada Muni did not mention Krishna killing Vyomasura, which means that he was killed on the same day as the Kesi demon. The Kesi demon was killed in the early morning, and after that the boys went to tend the cows on Govardhana hill, and it was there that the Vyomasura was killed. Both demons were killed in the morning. Akrura was requested by Kamsa to arrive in Vrindavana by evening. After receiving instruction from Kamsa, Akrura started the next morning via chariot for Vrindavana. Because Akrura himself was a great devotee of the Lord, by going to Vrindavana, he began to pray to the Lord. Thoughts of Krishna, and Akrura
Mataji, some disturbance is coming. 1 second.
Shall I start? Because?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Because Akrura himself was a great devotee of the Lord, while going to Vrindavana, he began to pray to the Lord. Devotees are always absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, and Akrura was constantly thinking of Lord Krishna, Slota's eyes. He did not know what sort of a pious activities he must have performed to gain an opportunity to go see Lord Krishna and Lord Balrama in Vrindavana on that day. A pure Vaishnava always thinks himself unfit to serve Krishna. So Akrura began to think within himself that he was unfit for gaining the transcendental opportunity of seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He considered himself as unfit for seeing Krishna as a materialistic person, is for understanding the science of God, or as a fourth class person, a Sudra, is for studying the Vedas. But then Akrura began to think, by the grace of Krishna, everything is possible, and thus if he likes it, I will be able to see him. Just as a blade of grass floating on the waves of a river may be by chance come near the shore and gain shelter, a conditioned soul carried away by the waves of material existence may sometimes be saved by the grace of Krishna. Akrura thus thought that if Krishna will, he would be able to see him. Akrura considered himself most fortunate that he was going to see Krishna, whom great mystic yogis decide to see. He was confident that on that day, all the sinful reactions of his past life would be finished, and his fortunate human form of life would be successful. Akrura also considered that he was very much favored by Kamsa, who was sending him to bring back Krishna and Balrama, and thus enabled him to see the Lord. Akrura continued to consider that formerly great sages and saintly persons were liberated from the material world simply by seeing the shining nails of the lotus feet of Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has
Hare
now.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yeah, you
Krishna.
can continue reading. Yeah, as I was reading, I realized that we've already covered this in our previous session. So what did we cover? We covered that Akrura is actually perfected his life by actually chanting prayers in the glories of the Lord, right? And generally in the prayers, we discussed how there are four things that are very important, essential aspects of a prayer. What are the essential aspects of a prayer? One is to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Secondly, to understand one's own humble position. You know, one is not qualified, but yet the one is approaching the Lord for mercy. And third is unconditional mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And fourth is what we request to the Lord. Oh Lord, you know, this is what I humbly seek from you, like that. So in this case, we also see here that Akrura is so happy to reach Vrindavan Dham. Why? Because he gets an opportunity to be in the Dham, in the Vrindavan Dham, right? Aradhya Bhagavan, Vrajesha Tanaya, Stadhama Vrindavanam. Right? Krishna is, most intimate relationships are with those in Vrindavan Dham. So a devotee actually wants to go to Vrindavan Dham at all times, because that is a place where Krishna has performed his wonderful pastimes, right? And then we also discussed about how, when Krishna could have appeared in any dynasty, but Krishna decided to appear in the Yadukul, right? We also discussed about the Malaya Chandan, how Malaya became famous because Chandan appeared there, right? Because Chandan could have grown in any part of the world. Yet Chandan appeared, or Chandan is available, or at least it was available at that time in Malaya or Malaysia, as the case may be. Now it's called Malaysia, right? Why? Because that Malaya has added to the fortune of, Chandan has added fortune to the Malaysia place. Similarly, the Lord's appearance has caused great fortune for the Vrindavan Dham, right? Because the Lord has appeared in Vrindavan. What do you call, Vrindavan has become famous, right? Just like Malaya became famous because of Chandan, Yadukul and Vrindavan Dham, they become famous because Krishna has appeared there, right? And then we also saw how, okay, 1 minute, I'll just open that Word document, which yeah. And also, we also see here that Prabhupada was also talking about how the killing of the demons, right? And also the Krishna's pastimes to the gopis and the gopas, they're all transcendental, right? They're all transcendental. Why? Because all of them are purifying for the person, right? Although Kamsa is now going to be killed with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kamsa is also going to attain liberation. The same was the case with the demons that Krishna actually killed, right? Tranavrata and all those demons that Krishna killed. All of them also are getting the destination of becoming liberated from this mode, the three modes of material nature, right? Why? Because they are already always thinking about the Lord, right? In that way, they're always thinking about the Lord. But if you are thinking favorably about the Lord, then what happens? Automatically we are engaging in bhakti, we are engaging in devotional service, so our destination will be Krishna prema. But if you're always thinking about the Lord like Kamsa, but he was not favorably indisposed towards Krishna, then what happens? Although he attains liberation, such liberation without devotional service of the Lord is not something that a devotee aspires for, like that, right? And then we saw about how Akrura was describing the Vrindavan Dham, right? And the powers of Lord Sri Krishna. How Lord glances over the material energy, and in this way the entire material world becomes manifest, right? And the Vrindavan Dham, which is actually in this material world, is actually Vaikuntha. Why? Because there is no kunta. Like we also discussed about that, that there is no kunta, or there is no anxiety in the spiritual world. Whereas in this material world, padam padam yad vipadam natesham, right? And then we also saw how what is it we saw, that what is the mood of a devotee, right? We saw that what is the mood of a devotee? A devotee never feels, oh, I am so qualified to actually render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What does a devotee feel? A devotee feels, I'm not qualified. right? I'm not qualified to serve the Lord, yet the Lord is so merciful that he is somehow engaging me in his service. So what is my mood? My mood is to simply be grateful for the opportunity to serve and serve to the best of my ability, right? So now let's move ahead. I think we need to start from Akrura thought. From there we'll start. Akrura thought the Supreme Personality of Godhead has now appeared as one of the descendants of the Yadu dynasty, right? That's where we were discussing the last section of last time, wherein we were discussing how Yadu dynasty became famous because of Krishna appearing in that particular dynasty. So just like Malaya became famous because Chandan appeared, or Chandan is manufactured, or at least Chandan was available there when it was um, growing and flourishing luxuriantly. At that time, Malaysia was known for Chandan. So just like Malaya became famous because of Chandan, Yadu dynasty and Vrindavan Dham, which are non-separable from Krishna himself, acquired the fame because of the appearance of Lord Sri Krishna in that particular place. All right, let me share my screen. Sarvagopishri Mataji, you can go ahead. Please read from here. Yeah, Akrura thought from there.
Hare Krishna. Akrura thought that Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna has now appeared as one of the descendants of the Yadu dynasty. The principles of religion are his enacted laws. Those who are abiding by such laws are demigods, and those who are not abiding are demons. He has advented himself to give protection to the demigods who are very obedient to the laws of the Supreme Lord. The demigods and the devotees of the Lord take pleasure in abiding by the laws of Krishna, and Krishna takes pleasure in giving them all sorts of protection. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, these activities of Krishna is protecting the devotees and killing the demons are always good for man to hear and narrate. The glorious activities of the Lord will ever increasingly be chanted by the devotees and demigods. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the spiritual master of all the spiritual masters. He is the deliverer of all fallen souls and the proprietor of the three worlds. Anyone who is able to see him with eyes smeared with the love of Godhead enjoys the festival of seeing. Today, I shall be able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who by his transcendental beauty has attracted the goddess of fortune to live with him perpetually. As soon as I arrive in Vrindavana, I will get down from this chariot and fall prostrate to offer my obeisance to Supreme Lord, the master of material nature and all living entities. The lotus feet of Krishna are always worshipped by great mystic yogis. So I shall also worship his lotus feet and become one of his friends in Vrindavana like the cowherd girls. When I bow down before Lord Krishna in that way, certainly he will place his fearless lotus hand on my head. His hand is offered to all conditioned souls who take shelter under his lotus feet. Krishna is the ultimate goal of life for all people who fear material existence. And certainly, when I see him, he will give me the shelter of his lotus feet. I am aspiring for the touch of his lotus-like hand on my head. When that hand touched the presentations of King Indra and King Bali, these two became qualified to the lords of the universe. And when that hand touched the gopis as they danced with Krishna in the Rasalila, it relieved all their fatigue. In this way,
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. So this is a meditation of Akrura, right? As he is going to Vrindavan Dham, he's just thinking, I will go to Vrindavan. I will offer obeisances, to the dust in Vrindavan, right? This is a place where Krishna is actually run without sandals. He's done so many pastimes in this dham, and I am getting to be in this particular dham, right? So in that way, Akrura is already, preparing. This is called Nidhi Dhyasanam. What am I going to do, right? That is meditation before arriving at a particular place, right? We can also do that meditation in tomorrow's chanting. This is what I want to do. I want to be chant in a very, absorbed mood. That means today I will have dinner early. Today I will sleep early by 9:30. Tomorrow morning I will wake up at 3:30. Immediately I will cleanse my external body, and then I will at 4 o'clock Brahma Muhurta time I will start my chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I will not have any distractions. In this way I will completely absorb myself at the lotus feet of Krishna. and taking Lord Krishna's shelter, I will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Like that, we can also take meditation. Not that Akrura's prerogative, that only he can meditate on the Lord. Right? This is what we also need to do, because Akrura is personally visiting Vrindavan. Right? And what are we going to do? When we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are also associating with Vrindavan Krishna. That means we are also in Vrindavan Dham. Krishna is sitting in front of us. Right? Actually, I was hearing Amarendra Prabhu's class. He was telling, if we know that our spiritual master is sitting in front of us, and he's telling, Medhavini, I want you to chant one round for me. I'm a little tired. I'm not able to chant. But as I'm sitting here, I want to hear one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra from you. And nobody else is there. I am there. My Guru Maharaj is there. His name is Jayapataka Swami. So Guru Maharaj is saying, chant. What will be the quality of my round? That should be the quality I should aspire for every day. Why? Because I can imagine that if my spiritual master is sitting just next to me, and then how careful I am in chanting, like that Krishna is sitting next to me every day. Right? Krishna is Jagat Guru. Right? Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. He is Jagat Guru. He is sitting in front of us. But why do we not chant properly? Because we don't believe. We know it in the head. But in our heart, we don't have complete belief that Krishna and his holy names are not different. Krishna is sitting in front of me when I'm chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's why we don't have faith. Because we don't have faith, we don't have taste in chanting Hare Krishna. Otherwise, we crib. Oh, I'm chanting for 20 years. I'm chanting for 25 years. Why Krishna is not giving the taste? Krishna is giving the taste, but I don't have the faith. Krishna is sitting in front of me and I am chanting, looking at the mobile, talking to somebody. Okay, what prasadam I am going to make, what bhoga I am going to offer to the Lord. Hundreds of thoughts when Krishna is sitting in front of me. And if I just for a moment imagine my spiritual master is in front of me, my chanting would be so much better quality. And then when I realize that Krishna is the supreme spiritual master, right? And when Krishna is in front of me, and most of the times we chant in front of Tulsi Maharani, we chant when our deities are there in front of us. Even physically, we can see that the Lord is not different from his holy names. We're not having faith in that. The Lord is not different from the Archa Vigraha in front of us. We don't have faith in that also. Because our chanting is faithless. We are tasteless in chanting Hare Krishna. The day we chant with complete faith that the holy names of the Lord and the Lord are non-different, then we will get profuse taste in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because we are faithless, our chanting is tasteless. Why? Because I am chanting because it's just a matter of duty. Oh God, I have to do 16 rounds. Oh, in Kartik month, I promised to do 25 rounds. So I have to do 25 rounds. It's that is still better than not taking a sankalpa and not chanting. But that's not the best. We want to aspire for the best. We are doing the best of devotional service, but we want to do it with the best of intentions. Right? Our intention is to please Guru and Gauranga. And how would they be pleased? Will they be pleased if I chant by looking at my mobile? Will they be pleased if I am talking to somebody, even if it is about devotional service? Will they be pleased? Oh, Krishna, engage me in your service. Okay, wait, Krishna. Krishna is hearing. Wait, Krishna. I'm discussing about some other devotional service. I'll come back to this later. Okay, what is it? Okay, bindi katna hai. Okay, you cut bindi. Hare Krishna. And then Krishna is like hearing. One minute. Okay. India, what is the program? Who's giving the class? Bhagavatam class today, 8 o'clock? Oh, Amarendra Prabhu is giving class. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What is this? You are chanting at 5 o'clock. If you are so interested who is giving the I'm talking, this is for myself. Huh? This is a purificatory process for myself. If I am so interested who is giving the Bhagavatam class, I should have found out yesterday night. I should not find out in the morning during the Japa time. If I'm so interested to find out when Amarendra Prabhu is giving the Bhagavatam class or who's giving the 8 a.m. Bhagavatam class, I'm supposed to find out yesterday evening before going to sleep. That is where this meditation comes into play. Right? Like Akrura is meditating. I will go to Vrindavan Dham. I will offer obeisances to Vraj Raj. Right? The dust of the Vrindavan Dham. Then I will offer prayers in glorification of Krishna, like that. So tomorrow, when I'm going to start my chanting at 4 o'clock, I should know if I'm interested 8 o'clock who is giving Bhagavatam class, I should have known the previous day. As I'm chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I don't want any other thought to come up to me, to come up to my mind. If it was important, I would have thought about it earlier. If it is coming at the time of chanting, it is not important, whatever may be the thought. Next 2 hours, it can wait. Until 7 o'clock, every other thought, even of devotional service, can wait. Why? Because chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the most predominant service. that I have to do in the auspicious Brahma Muhurta time, unless I decide the previous day itself, okay, I have to do the deity dressing seva tomorrow. So I will be focusing on that. In which case, I will wake up at 2 o'clock. I will complete my chanting 2 to 4 and then I will go for a deity dressing seva. Wherein my focus would be on the deity dressing, right? So whatever meditation we are doing the previous day, this is the seva I'm going to do. The next hours, 2 hours of the Brahma Muhurta time, I'm going to do only that seva. I'm only going to do what is planned. Because if I am planning during Brahma Muhurta time, that means I am not giving importance to the seva that I am doing at the particular time, right? Even in the material world, they talk about, being in the moment. They say past is, Past is history, future is mystery, this present is the gift. The present time is a gift. Why? Because we want to use this properly, right? So this 2 hours is a gift for us that we are personally associating with Krishna. Why do we want to get into another thing? Let us do one seva properly now, whatever seva we are doing now. There will be time and opportunity to do every other seva after 7 o'clock. If I have decided I am chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, nothing else is more important than chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra during that time. Nothing else is more important. If that is a priority that we are going to give chanting Hare Krishna, then we will chant with faith. Then we will actually come to feel the presence of Lord sitting in front of us. We will realize the presence of the Lord dancing in our tongue when we are chanting Hare Krishna with proper mood, having proper faith, with absorption, with attention, with awareness of the chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the meditation that you want to do. Like Akrura is meditating. Oh Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the ultimate goal of life. I'm aspiring for the touch of your lotus-like hand on my head. Right? Krishna is willing to come every day and dance on our tongue. But we are not interested. We want to engage our tongue in Prajalpa. Right? Krishna wants to come. Krishna is giving his mercy. Durdaivam idrisham ihajane nanuragaha. Unfortunately, I don't have taste in chanting Hare Krishna. That's what we are telling. Every day before chanting, we chant the Shikshashtakam prayers. We've already told Krishna, Krishna, I don't have taste in chanting Hare Krishna. I'm completely depending upon you. But when Krishna is about to give the mercy, or Krishna is actually giving the mercy is flowing, we don't want to receive the mercy. That is our plight. Krishna, we are asking for mercy. We are chanting all the prayers. We are chanting Shikshashtakam. We are chanting Om Jnanadimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are expressing gratitude. Everything we are doing. And the mercy is flowing. But during the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what are we doing? We are talking of other things. We are thinking of other things. Right? Even that Krishna is saying, it's okay. That is the nature of the mind. But at least bring the mind back to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Don't allow the mind to wander by using your senses and talking. The mind is going. Try to bring the mind back to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Rest of the things can wait. Yes, I will take care of it after 7 o'clock. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. At least my tongue should not talk anything other than chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Let the mind do what it wants. At least I can control my gross senses. Right? I am sitting in one place. I am not getting up and walking. I am not doing anything else other than moving the beads on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. My hands, my legs, my ears, my mouth, my eyes. This much I can control. Everything else goes. Let the mind go. Bring the mind back to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When the ears are engaged in hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when the tongue is chanting loudly the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when the eyes are seeing the words of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra that we are displaying on the screen, right? Or you can want to close your eyes, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra should go there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If that is the way you're absorbing the 5 senses, your gross senses, automatically the mind has no other way but to come and stay with you in your chanting. But if you allow your mind to go there and you allow your senses also to go astray with your mind, then no, there's no chance. There is no chance that we can ever focus on our chanting of the Hare Krishna Mantra. Then we'll be eternally cribbing. I am chanting for 20 years. I am chanting for 25 years. But I don't have any taste, right? So like I said, this is Mana Siksha. This Siksha is for me. But if it is applicable to any of you, then I would request all of you to kindly take this teaching that I am doing for myself as applicable for your own sadhana also. Right? In case you find it useful, you may take it. Otherwise, you can leave it. It's for me primarily. Okay, Sridhar Prabhu, go ahead. In this way, Akrura expected blessings.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam Mataji.
Dandot Pranam Prabhu.
In this way, Akrura expected blessings from the hand of Krishna. He knew that Indra, who is the king of heaven and the master of the three worlds, the upper, middle, and the lower planetary system, was blessed by the Lord simply for his offering little water, which Krishna accepted. Similarly, Bali Maharaj gave only three places of land in charity to Vamanadeva, and he also offered a little water which Lord Vamanadeva accepted, and thereby Bali Maharaj attained the position of Indra. When the gopis were dancing with Krishna in the Rasa dance, they become fatigued, and Krishna wiped his hand, which is fragment of lotus flower growing in a Manasa Sarovara lake, over the pale like drop of perspiration on the face of gopis, and immediately the gopis become refreshed. Thus, Akrura was expecting benediction from the supreme hand of Krishna. Krishna hand is capable of bestowing benediction upon all kinds of men if they take Krishna consciousness. If one wants material happiness like that of King of Heaven, he can derive that benediction from the hand of Krishna. If one wants liberation from the bands of material existence, he can also get that benediction from the hand of Krishna. And if one pure transcendental love of Krishna wants personal association and the touch of his transcendental body, he can also gain the benediction from his hand. Akrura was afraid.
Okay, once again, Prabhu. So here, what is it that we desire, right? Krishna will give us, fulfill our desires. But what is it that we want? Do we want name, fame, glory? Do we want liberation from, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi? Do we want pure devotional service? Do we want constant remembrance of Krishna? Do we want to never forget Krishna? Whatever we want, Krishna will fulfill our desires. That is why it's very important. What is it that we are desiring, right? Even in the Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsam Sangasteshu Pajayate, Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kama Krodot Bijayate. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsam is a starting step. What am I focusing on? What am I looking at? If I'm looking at the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and meditating on the Mahamantra, O Supreme Lord, NHS the Supreme Lord, please engage me in your service. If that is my mode of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna will fulfill our desire and engage us in his service. If I am thinking of so many other nonsensical things, I should get good marks, I should get a good salary, I should get a 3 BHK house, maybe Krishna will fulfill that. And that is all we will get. Right? We should not be so unfortunate that we are asking the king, like Prabhupada gives example, how a king is capable of giving everything and you go and ask the king, who's your friend, ask him for some ashes. Right? That is how we are asking Krishna for material benedictions, is like going to a king who has ultimate riches. Instead of asking him, everything that he can give, what we are asking him, give me some ashes, I like that, right? There's a beautiful story Prabhupada also tells, right? There is a king, it is his birthday on a particular day. He says, okay, anybody from the kingdom can come and ask me anything today. Today I'm very, very magnanimous. It's my birthday today, right? I will give you anything, whatever you want. You come and ask me, I will give you. So somebody very intelligent, they come and asked, okay, I want a lot of wealth. Somebody came and asked, I want a big house. Somebody came and asked, I want a lot of jewels. Somebody came and asked, I want a big, I want new clothes. Okay, very nice. The king is very true to his word. So the king gave everybody their desired things. Very, very happy. They all went back. There was one very intelligent person. He came and asked the king, oh king, I want to be your friend. And the king was saying, what is it? Why do you want to be my friend? It's okay. You ask anything, I will give you. He said, I don't want anything. I just want to be your friend. Okay. King said, okay, you are my friend. Okay. Then he went back. Okay, then after some time, in 1 or 2 days, this man is calling the king. Oh king, you are my friend. I want to invite you to come to my home for lunch. Then the ministers are worried. Ayyo, ye to chopdi mein rehta hai. He stays in the slums. How can we allow our king to go to the slums? And what will he give to the king to eat? He will not even have that yesterday's food or day before yesterday's food. He will serve the king. How can the king eat this? Right? The ministers got into action. Ministers got some time from the king. Okay, king, please take 1 week's time so that you can go for lunch to this place, to this friend's place. And in 1 week, what happened? He got all the wealth. He got all the clothes. There was also a very nice road also put from the palace gates to his home. And in the place of his chopadi, a big bungalow was constructed within a week's time. right? If the king wants to go somewhere, right, even in normal roads also you find, if the chief minister or the MLA is coming, that particular area, the road will be shining, clean, everybody else has caused all kinds of inconvenience, but the chief minister is well taken care of, right? At least for the 2 hours. So like that, if this man was very intelligent and he got everything what he wanted, right? So we should not be asking Krishna, I want wealth, I want house, right? We should also be intelligent. We should ask Krishna, Krishna, I want to be your friend, right? If you are Krishna's friend, then what happens? We can eat with Krishna, we can sleep with Krishna, we can have lunch with Krishna, right? And then Krishna will take care of us, right? Although that's not the mode of a pure devotee. We don't want Krishna to serve us, but in our sadhaka stage, at least we should know what we can ask Krishna. Ultimately, the requirement is we should ask Krishna only for service. But we are manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya. We're so self-centered. We want tangible things, right? So that's why Prabhupada is giving such wonderful examples. Even if you want wealth, you ask Krishna to be your friend. You will get wealth also. You will get intelligence also. And by the intelligence that Krishna gives, you will understand, like Dhruva Maharaj understood. This is useless. What did I ask for? What will I do with this kingdom? Greater than my greatest grandfather. What will I do with this nonsensical thing? It's not going to be with me forever. I'm just going to get it and then it's going to be gone. And then he says, I asked for broken pieces of glass, but Lord, because I chanted your name, what have you given me? You have given me the darshan of your lotus face, right? So in this way, we should be intelligent enough. That's why we need a bona fide guru, right? Otherwise, we want all the nonsensical things. We get all those things and we're still frustrated. Oh my God, I asked for the wrong thing, right? Sometimes all our desires are fulfilled, right? Somebody's class I was hearing was saying, Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj was saying, right? Sometimes, we pray for so many things and all our desires get fulfilled. And at the time when all our desires are fulfilled, we think, oh my God, I'm not feeling happy. This is not what I wanted. I was chasing somebody else's dream, and he was saying such a futile issue, such a futile waste of time, right? His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj, who'd written, the abbreviations for each chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Very, very wonderful, very beautiful classes Maharaj gives. Very, very, it directly hits the heart, right? Oh, I have lived somebody else's dream because I've achieved what I wanted, but still this is not giving me happiness, right? So let's not be in that position. Let us be intelligent enough and by the guidance of a spiritual master, let us desire the right things, right? If we desire the right things and make an endeavor towards that, even though there may be a delay in getting what we want, at least we will get what we want, what we really want, what will satisfy us. Otherwise, we are praying for wrong things. We are taking the wrong path, and then we get our desires fulfilled. And then what do we think? Oh my God, I wasted my time. This is not what I wanted, right? So let's not waste our time in running behind futile things, right? So this way, by reading these prayers of Akrura, what are we doing? We are at least trying to understand. We get an inkling of what should be our desire. What should we pray for ultimately, right? Which can give us bliss. All right, let's move ahead. Oh no, who was reading? Okay, you can please raise your hand again. Let's go ahead. Lilandini Mataji, go ahead.
Hare
Whoever
Krishna
was reading, please
Mataji.
raise your hand again. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Dandat Pranam. Mataji.
Akrura was afraid, however, because he had been deputed by Kamsa, the enemy of Krishna. He thought, I am going to see Krishna as a messenger of the enemy. At the same time, he thought Krishna is in everyone's heart as the super soul, so he must know by heart. So he must know my heart. Although Akrura was trusted by the enemy of Krishna, his heart was clear. He was a pure devotee of Krishna. He risked becoming Kamsa's devotee just to meet Krishna. He was certain that although he was going as a representative of Kamsa, Krishna would not accept him as an enemy. Even though I am on a sinful mission, being deputed by Kamsa, when I approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I shall stand before him with all humility and folded hands. Surely he will be pleased with my devotional attitude, and maybe he will smile lovingly and look upon me and thereby free me from all kinds of sinful reactions. I shall then be on the platform of transcendental bliss and knowledge. Since Krishna knows my heart, certainly when I approach him, he will embrace me. Not only am I a member of the Yadu dynasty, but I am his relative and an unalloyed pure devotee. By his merciful embrace, Surely my body, heart and soul will be completely cleansed of the actions and reactions of my past life. When our bodies touch, I will immediately stand up with folded hands with all humility. Certainly, Krishna and Balrama will call me Akrura, uncle, and at that time my whole life will be glorious. Unless one is recognized by the personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead, his life cannot be successful. It
Hare
is
Krishna. Thank
clearly
you,
stated
Mataji.
in Hare Krishna, Hare Bol Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So there are many hands up now. Sindhu Mataji, Shubhangi Mataji, Anusha Mataji, and Sridhar Prabhu. So let's quickly discuss this. This is very important. What is Akrura's mood? Right? Akrura is going as a messenger of Kamsa. Right? He is going to actually invite Krishna to Mathura, although he knows the intentions of Kamsa. But why is he doing it? Of course, he knows that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Nobody can harm Krishna. Yet he is not placing his trust on himself. He's placing his trust on Krishna. Right? I am going as an enemy of Krishna, because I'm going as a messenger of Kamsa, who is enemy of Krishna. Yet Krishna will understand my heart. Why am I coming here? I am coming to have darshan of Krishna. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mata smriti jnanam apohanam cha. Right? So Krishna is there in everybody's heart. He knows the intentions and attitude of every devotee. Right? So definitely Akrura is thinking, Krishna will know my heart. He will know why I'm coming to Vrindavan to actually ask them to come to Mathura from Vrindavan Dham, right? So when Krishna and Balaram, they see me, right? That's why Lord is called Apapa Vidham. What is that? Shuddham Apapa Vidham. Not only is Lord very pure, but Prabhupada gives example in Nectar of Devotion. Just like the sunshine, right? There is a Mala Mutra, etc. on the roads, right? When the sun lights up, just the sun, without even getting into contact with those impure things, everything evaporates and the sun is still pure, right? Similarly, the Lord, when we approach the Lord need not have to even give us his personal association. Just like the sun is not personally coming into contact with the dust or the urine or the stool, to clear up that place or to clean up that place, right? Merely the sun's rays are enough. So similarly, when we chant the holy names of the Lord, even though we may not get the personal association of the Lord because of our impurities, like Mala Mutra, our heart is filled with Mala Mutra, impurities. We're not able to access the personal association of the Lord, yet the Lord's power is such that automatically our heart will get purified. Because the power of the sun is such, even without personal contact, the area becomes clean, which is filled with urine and stool and everything. Just the presence of the sun purifies that place. So similarly, just by chanting the holy names, although we don't have access to the Lord because of our anarthas, but since the Lord is so powerful, the Lord's holy name will make us pure. The Lord's holy name will purify our heart, just like the roads filled with urine and stool are purified by the sun. So that is the glory of the Lord. So similarly, Akrura is saying, the Lord is so pure, the Lord is so wonderful, the Lord will be pleased by my devotional attitude. And in this way, my life will become glorious when Krishna and Balaram will call me Akrura uncle. Wonderful. Prabhupada is saying, Akrura uncle. All right, let's move ahead. Okay. It is clearly stated here. Who is reading? Sindhu Mataji, go ahead.
Pranam Shataji. It is clearly stated here that one should try to be recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead by one's service and devotion, without which the human form of life is condemned. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord, the Personality of Godhead, is equal to everyone. He has no friends and no enemies, but he is inclined to a devotee who renders him service with devotional love. The Bhagavad Gita also declares that the Supreme Lord is responsive in proportion to the devotional service rendered by the devotee. Akrura thought that Krishna was like the desire tree in the heavenly planets, which gives fruit according to the desire of the worshipper. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is also the source of everything. A devotee must know how to render service unto him and thus be recognized by him. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is therefore explained that one should serve both the spiritual master and Krishna simultaneously, and in that way make progress in Krishna consciousness. Service rendered to Krishna under the direction of the spiritual master is bona fide service because the spiritual master is a manifested representative of Krishna. Sri Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura says that when one satisfies the spiritual master, he satisfies the Supreme Lord. It is exactly like service in the government office. One has to work under the supervision of the departmental head. If the supervisor of the department is satisfied with the service of a particular person, a promotion and increase in pay will automatically come.
Hare Krishna.
Akrura
Thank you,
then thought,
Mataji. Thank you. Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata gurau. As much faith as we have in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so much faith we should also have in our spiritual master. Right? Because we don't know whether we are pleasing Krishna. Right? We discussed this several times. We don't know whether we are pleasing Krishna. However, when we please our spiritual master, we can ask our spiritual masters. We can ask our Shiksha Gurus. We can ask our Diksha Guru. And there's an opportunity. Am I pleasing you? These are the services I'm doing. Am I pleasing you by these services? And when the spiritual master is pleased by our services, then we can be very, very sure that Krishna also is pleased by our services. Because even we may be pleasing Krishna, but we don't know whether we are pleasing Krishna or not. So that is the reason that we have to please our spiritual masters. Yasya prasadat Bhagavat prasado. Yasya prasadanna gati kutopi. There is no other way. There is no other way to please Krishna other than by pleasing the spiritual master. So that is why we have to always approach a bona fide spiritual master, hear from the bona fide spiritual master, and this is the way to please Lord Shri Krishna. Okay, let's move ahead. Akrura then taught. Okay, Shubhangi Keshi Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Akrura then taught, when Krishna and Balrama with my behavior, certainly they will take my hand, receive me within their home, and offer me all kinds of respectable hospitalities. And then they will surely ask me about the activities of Kamsa and his friends. In this way, Akrura, the son of
Swafalka.
What was it?
Swafalka.
Swafalka meditated on Sri Krishna on his journey from Mathura. He reached Vrindavan by the end of the day. Akrura passed the whole journey without knowing how long it took. When he reached Vrindavan, the sun was setting. As soon as he entered the boundary of Vrindavan, he saw the hoof print of the cows and Lord Krishna's footprints. Impressed with the sign of his soul, he flagged Tridan, thunderbolt and lotus flower. These symbols on the soul of the Lord's transcendental lotus feet are worshipped by all the demigods and other great personalities throughout the three worlds. Upon seeing the footprints of Krishna, Akrura immediately jumped down from the chariot out of respect. He became overwhelmed with all the symptoms of ecstasy. He wept and his body trembled. Out of extreme jubilation, upon seeing the dust touched by the lotus feet of Krishna, Akrura fell flat on his face and began to roll on the ground.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So these are the symptoms. Thank you, Danat Pranam. So these are the symptoms of a pure devotee. Right? Akrura is already a pure devotee of the Lord, and his meditation was such that as he was coming from Mathura to Vrindavan, he was already knowing what was going to happen. Right? He knows that I am going to see Krishna, and Krishna and Balaram are going to call me Akrura uncle. And just by the simple darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am going to be completely purified. All of my sinful activities and the sinful purpose for which I have been sent to Vrindavan, all of that will get purified simply by the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's what the association of the Lord will do to us. And what better association than we can get other than by chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anusha Mataji, go ahead. Akrura's journey to Vrindavana is exemplary.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you, Mataji. Akrura's journey to Vrindavana is exemplary. One who intends to visit Vrindavana should follow the ideal footsteps of Akrura and always think of the pastimes and activities of the Lord. As soon as one reaches the boundary of Vrindavana, he should immediately smear the dust of Vrindavana over his body without thinking of his material position and prestige. Srila Narottama Das Thakura has sung in a celebrated song, Vishaya Chadiya Ghabe Shuddha Bhimana. When my mind will be purified after leaving the contamination of material sense enjoyment, I shall be able to visit Vrindavana. Actually, one cannot go to Vrindavana by purchasing a ticket. The process of going to Vrindavana is shown by Akrura. When
Hare
Akrura,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, Vishaya Chadiya Kabhe Shuddha Vimana Kabhe Hamahe Rabo Shri Vrindavana oh, when will my mind be purified of material sense enjoyment? Then I will be able to actually be Vrindavan conscious. May not be in Vrindavan Dham, but if my mind is purified, then in my heart, I will be in Vrindavan Dham. Right? Most of the devotees are going to Vrindavan, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri Dham, etc. But if you are not so fortunate to go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, Navdeep Dham, Jagannath Puri, etc., we can still be there in our consciousness. Right? We still have the opportunity by the grace of Guru and Gauranga that if our desire is to always remember Krishna, is to never forget Krishna 24 hours of the day, then we can still be Vrindavan conscious. We can still be Mayapur Navdeep Dham conscious. We can still be Jagannath Puri conscious, right? If being situated in Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore or Chennai or United States or Dubai or wherever we are, right? We can still be Krishna conscious. And where there is remembrance of Krishna, there is Vrindavan. Where there is remembrance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is that is Mayapur Navdeep Dham. Where there is remembrance of Jagannath, that is Jagannath Puri. And Jai Gaur, say Krishna, say Jagannath. One Dham is not different from the other. Anybody who thinks Mayapur different from Vrindavan Dham will not get the benefit of being in either of the Dhams. Right? Because Mayapur is non-different from Vrindavan Dham. Right? Mayapur is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance place, who is Lord Krishna himself in the mode of Srimati Radharani. And Jagannath Puri is Lord Krishna, is Lord, is the ultimate place of separation. The Viraha Bhav is utmost, topmost felt in Jagannath Puri Dham. Right? So, and of course, Vrindavan Dham is the appearance place of Krishna himself. Right? So, if you compare the three, we will know that Mayapur Navdeep Dham is a little more higher when compared to Vrindavan. Why? Because Krishna could not, the birthplace of Krishna, but Krishna tells that I cannot understand my glories. I cannot understand the glories of my devotees. But I am going to appear in the mode of Srimati Radharani to understand the glory of Srimati Radharani, to understand what are the good qualities in me by which Radharani is attracted to me, to understand the glory of Srimati Radharani's devotional service. I am appearing in Navadvip Dham as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in Krishna's own words, Krishna is saying Mayapur is Audharya Dham. Mayapur is higher than Vrindavan Dham. We are not saying it. Krishna himself is saying. Because the reasons that Krishna is saying that he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is because in Mayapur there is higher realization. Right? Krishna is able to understand his own good qualities by which Radharani is attracted to him. Krishna is able to understand the glory of devotional service performed by Radha. Right? Who is an expansion of Krishna only. And Krishna is able to understand why Radharani is deriving more happiness than me. I am the served. Radharani is my servitor. But here it looks like the servitor is deriving more pleasure than the served. What is this? What is happening? Let me try to understand. So in this way, Krishna himself, not understanding, somebody who knows everything, right? What is that? Abhijna Swarat, the first verse of Bhagavatam, we studied we studied on Monday today, right? On Ekadashi day, right? Abhijna Swarat, he is cognizant of everything, he is independent of everything, yet he himself claims, at least he himself is telling that I don't have any knowledge of why the servitor is getting more pleasure than the served. I don't know why. Let me come in the mood of Srimati Radharani to understand this. So Krishna himself is declaring, my devotee derives greater pleasure than me. And yet we don't want to serve. Because we have our own mental concoctions, what will give me pleasure. The moment we give up our mental concoctions and we follow Guru, Shastra and Sadhu and follow the principles of devotional service as given to us by our Gurus, we will automatically experience the pleasure of doing devotional service. Because Krishna is saying that pleasure is even higher than the pleasure of the person who is being served. Right? So why did we reach here? Yeah. So we need to develop this consciousness. Vishaya chadiya kabe shuddha habe mana. We need to give up our false concoctions of what will give me pleasure. And we need to understand that Vishaya chadiya, that Vishaya or the objects of this material nature cannot give me pleasure. Kabe hame he rabo say Vrindavana. When will I go to Vrindavan Dham? Or when will I make my heart Vrindavan conscious? That time I will be able to understand the glories of Lord Sri Krishna, the glories of Radha Krishna, the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is what is mentioned here. All right, let's quickly move forward. Okay, it's 12 o'clock. Okay, devotees who have some other class may go ahead. We just have about 3-4 paragraphs. We'll read this and end. Okay, Sridhar Prabhu, please go ahead. When Akrura entered Vrindavan,
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam Mataji. When Akrura entered Vrindavana, he saw Krishna and Balrama engaged in supervising the milking of cows. Krishna was dressed in yellow garments and Balrama in bluish. Akrura also saw that their eyes were exactly like a beautiful lotus flower and grows during the autumn season. He saw Krishna and Balrama in the springs of their youth. Although they had the same bodily feature, Krishna was blackish in complexion, whereas Balrama was whitish. Both were the shelter of goddess to fortune. They had well constructed bodies, beautiful hands, and pleasing faces, and they were as strong as elephant. Now, after seeing their footprints marked with flag, trident, thunderbolt, and lotus, Akrura actually saw Krishna and Balrama face to face. Although they were the most influential personalities, they were glancing at him and smiling faces. Akrura could understand that both Krishna and Balrama has returned from tendering cow in the forest. They had taken their baths and were dressed with fresh clothing and garlands with flowers and with necklace made of valuable jewels. Their bodies were smeared with the pulp sandalwood. Akrura greatly appreciated the aroma of flowers and sandalwood and their bodily presence. He considered himself very fortunate to see Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his planetary expansion, Balrama, face to face, for he knew that they were the original personalities of creation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So, isn't it wonderful here that he was meditating before he came into personal association with Krishna? What did he do? He was meditating that I am going to now meet Krishna and Balaram. Now I am going to reach Vrindavan. Now I am going to get the Vrajras, right? And I am going to roll myself in the dust of Vrindavan Dham. So like that, just one second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah. So he's thinking that I am so fortunate. I am coming directly in face to face with Krishna and Balaram, right? It's the greatest fortune to be able to be in front of Krishna and Balaram, to be able to understand the fortune. Right? Because Duryodhana also was there in front of Krishna only, but he did not understand. When Krishna himself came to negotiate for 5 villages, what did he say? I will not even give that much land that can be occupied by the pin. Like that was his reply to Krishna. So it is not wonderful that we are able to see Krishna, right? But we should be able to understand that this is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and this is my worshipful Lord, and let me offer my obeisances unto him. Let me offer wonderful prayers unto him. That is the real benediction. Otherwise, to just see Krishna or to be near Krishna, right? Prabhupada tells in one of his lectures, this fly is most close to me. It is sitting on me. But the fly is causing me most displeasure, isn't it? The fly is only sucking Prabhupada's blood, right? So it is not about proximity, it is not about seeing, but it is about serving. It is about the attitude, it is about the consciousness. All right, let's move ahead. Okay, Monimala Mataji, go ahead. As stated in the Brahma Samhita.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Just a minute, Mataji.
Mataji, okay, let me read. Yeah.
As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Just a minute, Mataji.
And okay, Hema Mataji can continue. You read the next paragraph. Okay, go ahead. Hema Mataji. Okay, let me read. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Krishna is the original personality.
As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and the cause of all causes. Akrura could understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead had appeared personally for the welfare of his creation to establish the principles of religion and annihilate the demons. With with their bodily effulgence, the brothers were dissipating all the darkness of the world, as if they were mountains of sapphire and silver. Without hesitating, Akrura immediately got down from his chariot and fell flat, just like a rod, before Krishna and Balarama. Upon touching the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he became overwhelmed with transcendental bliss. His voice choked up, and he could not speak due to his transcendental pleasure. Incessant torment of tears fell from his eyes. He remained stunned in ecstasy, as if devoid of all powers to see and speak. Lord Krishna, who is very kind to his devotees, raised Akrura with his hand and embraced him. It appears that Lord Krishna was very pleased with Akrura. Balarama also embraced Akrura. Then the two lords took him by the hand and brought him to their sitting room, where they offered him a very nice sitting place and water for washing his feet. They also worshipped him with a suitable presentation of honey mixed with other ingredients. When Akrura
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Now I'll request Rajneesh Prabhu. We have only 2 paragraphs. We'll have Rajneesh Prabhu read the remaining paragraph and next Hema Mataji can read. Yes, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
When Akrura was thus comfortably seated, Krishna and Balaram offered him a cow in charity and then brought very palatable dishes, and Akrura accepted them. When Akrura finished eating, Balaram gave him betel, nut, and spices, as well as pulp of sandalwood, just to make him more pleased and comfortable. The Vedic system of receiving a guest was completely observed by Lord Krishna himself to teach all others how to receive a guest at home. It is a Vedic injunction that even if a guest is an enemy, he should be at least offered a straw
He should be
mat.
received so well that he does not apprehend
He should
any
be
danger
received
from
so
the
well
host.
that he does not apprehend any danger from the host. If the host is a poor man, he should at least offer a straw mat as a sitting place and a glass of water to drink. Krishna and Balaram welcomed Akrura in a way just befitting his exalted position. After Akrura was thus properly received and seated, Nand Maharaja, the foster father of Krishna, said, "My dear Akrura."
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you,
What?
Prabhu. Hema Mataji, go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna.
Hema Mataji. Hema Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
After
Krishna. Yes,
Akrura
Mataji.
was properly received and seated, Nanda Maharaja, the foster father of Krishna, said, "My dear Akrura, what shall I inquire from you? I know that you are being protected by Krishna, Kamsa, who is most cruel and demonic. His protection is just like the slaughterhouse keeper's protection of animals he will kill in the future. Kamsa is so selfish that he has killed the sons of his own sister. So, how can I honestly believe that he is protecting the citizen of Mathura? This statement is most significant if the political or executive heads of the state are simply interested in themselves. They can never look after the welfare of the citizens. As Nanda Maharaj spoke to Akrura with pleasing words, Akrura forgot all the fatigue of his day's journey from Mathura to Vrindavan. This ends the Bhaktivinoda purport of the 38th chapter of Krishna. Akrura's arrival in Vrindavan. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you so much. So, Mansi Mataji, you please, you will start the next chapter tomorrow. Please do join us. So, we will do Harinam Sankirtan. So, in this way, how Akrura actually arrives in Vrindavan Dham, what is the meditation of Akrura before he arrives in Vrindavan Dham, and how by the By the simple glance of Krishna and Balaram, Akrura felt so so much rejuvenated, we can say, right? Just by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if done in the proper mood, if done with the proper consciousness, we will also feel rejuvenated, and we get the energy to face the material world. We are all going for battles at 9 o'clock. Like His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj says, before you go for the 9 a.m. reality, join the 5 a.m. club. Right? 9 a.m. is reality, is our battle time with Maya. But before that, we want to join the 5 a.m. club. That is the club where we wear our armor and we prepare ourselves for the 9 a.m. battle. Right? So, in this way, our acharyas, our devotee, our senior devotees, they give us so many wonderful examples that we can put into practice, that we can adopt in our lives, by which we can always remain Krishna conscious, even amidst the various things that are happening to us in this material world day in and day out. Yet we can be firmly fixed and focused if we wear our armor properly early in the morning. So with that, we come to the end of this chapter. Tomorrow we will continue with the next chapter in the Krishna book series, which is chapter number 39, right? Where Arjuna is going back to Vrindavan with Krishna and Balaram. And what wonderful darshan he is going to get within the Yamuna river. That is going to increase his transcendental pleasure more and more. So we'll do Harinam Sankirtan. I request devotees, 20 devotees here, I believe. Please switch on your cameras. We can take your darshan after we do the Kirtan. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Asatya Dishodarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Priyadvaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadrama Jaya Sudarshana Jai Bala Gopal Jaya Radha Giridhari Jai Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Jai Radha Ras Bihari Jai Radha Madhav Jayo Radhe Radhe Jayo Radhe 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 Shri Radhe Jai Shat Goswamis Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Nidagor Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai 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 Shri Radhe Shyam Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Pavan Radhe Tero Naam Pavan Shri Vrindavan Dham Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ligapadita Pavan Harinam Sankirtana Mahayagni ki Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna. So we able to see Shobha Mataji, Rajneesh Prabhu, Harjeet Mataji, Manimala Mataji, Shubhangi Keshi Mataji, Sheetal Prabhu, Sarvagopeshwari Mataji, Pranab Prabhu, Anusha Mataji, and all the devotees who are not switching on your cameras also. Thank you very much for joining in. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. So my sincere gratitude to all the 19 devotees who are still staying back. We are, I believe, 20 minutes late. 15 minutes later than normal. Okay, we'll try to complete by 12 o'clock. But somehow, the chapter is so interesting and exciting that we lose a sense of time. So please forgive me for that. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudeva ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Meet you all tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock for the, join us at the 5 a.m. club before we meet the 9 a.m. reality. In the words of His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj ki jai. So meet us at 5 a.m. Indian Standard Time.